Hiya, Honest Discussioner here. Let's see what Epydemic has to say.
By presenting the youth for a dilemma, you are recognizing that the foundation of objective morality cannot be arbitrary. So by asking me to think about an objective morality different than it currently is, while simultaneously arguing that objective morality cannot be arbitrary, your challenge becomes incoherent.
Really? You're going with this one? You think Theoretical Bullshit's point was incoherent? Given what you said in your first response to Theoretical Bullshit's morality video, or treatise on morality, I don't see how you can really go with that one. You see, you originally said that Theoretical Bullshit, in relation to morality, was only looking at the actions and not the intentions behind morality. And in here, you're applying objective principles to the way things are now, and neglecting any other possible circumstance that could arise. You're looking at this situation and not any other possible situation. It's kind of like saying that if it's objectively right to go left in this current scenario, then it's incoherent to say that in some other scenario it would be objectively correct to go right. That's just not the case, Epydemic. The foundations of objective morality can't be arbitrary, but the world in which objective morality works can actually be arbitrary. There is nothing about objective morality that says that the world has to be composed of protons, neutrons, and electrons. If, according to you, it is objectively true that human life is valuable, then is it not the case that it's objectively wrong for, let's say, an animal to come and hunt us and kill us to feed and nurture their offspring? God didn't exactly program that into them, though, did he? But you might object here and say that animals aren't morally culpable since they aren't really cognizant of what they're doing. They're not sentient. The problem with that is that there are animals that do seem to be sentient. Apes, for example, as Todd Allen Gates pointed out, and other monkeys, do seem to have a sense of morality. They seem to be cognizant of who they are, that they exist. Now, according to the Bible, they might not have a soul, but wouldn't they still be morally culpable in this circumstance? So for them, it is wrong, or at least it's possibly wrong, for there to be an animal, which it's objectively wrong under the theistic interpretation of the word, to hunt and kill humans, even though there's no reward for them in heaven and no punishment for them in hell if they follow this objective morality. And at the same time, if they follow this objective morality, it is actually detrimental to the entirety of their existence and the existence of their offspring and species. So tell me, Epydemic, tell me what is exactly incoherent about this version of what Scott was talking about, what Theoretical Bullshit was trying to postulate with his thought experiment. I'm not really modifying Theoretical Bullshit's thought experiment. I'm only showing how it really is not incoherent, and therefore you actually have to address it, and I don't really think you can. If you can, then great. I'd love to hear you show how this is incoherent, but if you can't, then you're going to have to address his original point. You're going to have to try to find a way to explain the Euthyphro dilemma, because basically what Scott's whole video was about, or at least a major portion of it, was that either way you slice it, objective morality in the theistic sense is either arbitrary or it's subjective. But it's one of those two. So let's discuss this, Epydemic, because as far as I can tell, your whole stance on this is only valid if you presuppose objective morality exists and must exist. And in this way, your argument seems to be pretty circular, even in your other video to Theoretical Bullshit. So let's see how this goes. Have a nice day. Honest Discussioner, out.